Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about a fault code that can be a bit of a head-scratcher, P0643, high sensor reference voltage in the circuit. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sensor reference voltage? What's that? Well, in layman's terms, it's like the baseline voltage that your car's computer uses to measure the output of various sensors. If that voltage is too high, it can throw off the readings from those sensors, and that's where the P0643 code comes in. In this video, we're going to break down what the P0643 code means, what can cause it, and how to diagnose and fix it. We'll also talk about some common symptoms you might experience if your car is throwing this code. So, if you're curious about the P0643 code and want to learn how to fix it, stick around and watch this video. The fault code P0643 indicates a problem with the A sensor reference voltage circuit. This circuit provides a stable voltage reference for various sensors in the vehicle, and a high voltage in this circuit can cause inaccurate sensor readings and potentially lead to drivability issues. This code means that the powertrain control module, PCM, has detected a voltage in the A sensor reference circuit that is higher than the expected range. This could be due to a faulty sensor, a wiring issue, or a problem with the PCM itself. Several potential causes can contribute to the P0643 code. Faulty sensor. A faulty sensor within the A sensor reference circuit can cause an inaccurate voltage reading and trigger the code. Wiring issue. Damaged or corroded wiring in the A sensor reference circuit can lead to an incorrect voltage reading and trigger the code. PCM malfunction. In rare cases, a malfunctioning PCM can cause an inaccurate voltage reading in the A sensor reference circuit and trigger the code. The symptoms of code P0643 can vary depending on the specific sensor affected by the high voltage. However, some common symptoms include illuminated check engine light. This is the most common symptom of code P0643. Rough idle or stalling. A high voltage in the A sensor reference circuit can affect the air-fuel mixture, leading to rough idle or stalling. Reduced engine power. The PCM may limit engine power in response to the high voltage, resulting in reduced performance. Poor fuel economy. Inaccurate sensor readings can affect fuel efficiency, leading to increased fuel consumption. This script provides a comprehensive overview of the P0643 fault code. However, it's important to note that diagnosing and repairing this code can be complex and requires specialized knowledge and tools. If you suspect your vehicle has a P0643 code, it's recommended to consult a qualified mechanic for proper diagnosis and repair. A mechanic will typically diagnose code P0643 by using a scan tool to retrieve the code from the vehicle's computer. They will then use a multimeter to check the voltage of the A sensor reference circuit. If the voltage is too high, the mechanic will need to identify the source of the problem. This may involve checking the wiring harness for damage, inspecting the sensor itself, or checking the powertrain control module, PCM. One common error when diagnosing code P0643 is mistaking it for another code. For example, code P0642 is also related to the A sensor reference circuit, but it indicates a low voltage. Another common error is failing to check all of the possible causes of the problem. For example, a mechanic may only check the sensor itself, when the problem could actually be with the wiring harness or the PCM. Code P0643 is a serious code that can cause the engine to run poorly or even stall. In some cases, it can also damage the catalytic converter. If you see this code, it is important to have it diagnosed and repaired as soon as possible. The repairs that can fix code P0643 will vary depending on the source of the problem. If the problem is with the wiring harness, the mechanic will need to repair or replace the damaged wires. If the problem is with the sensor itself, the mechanic will need to replace the sensor. If the problem is with the PCM, the mechanic will need to reprogram or replace the PCM. In addition to the information above, here are some other things to keep in mind about code P0643. This code is most common in vehicles with a 5.7L V8 engine. The symptoms of this code can vary depending on the severity of the problem. If you are not comfortable diagnosing and repairing this code yourself, you should take your vehicle to a qualified mechanic. I hope this information is helpful. Please let me know if you have any other questions.